All right, linear equations. Most of this is all review from previous classes, but it's just like that's what we're doing. All right, so we have slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. I would say this is probably the most um, popular of all of them. Um, so we have xy, which would be any point on the line. M would be the slope, and then b is going to be our y-intercept. So you can start seeing slope, intercept, form. All right, so we have slope, intercept, form. All right, all these are linear functions, right, or linear equations. Remember, linear just means line. All right, point slope form is a very popular one also. So it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where x1 and y1 would be our point, and then m would be our slope. Then there's standard form. Standard form is going to be ax plus by equals c. X and y would be our point. The ones you can ignore here. If you want to find the slope of this, it's the opposite of a divided by b would be our slope. And then our y-intercept would be c divided by b. C divided by b. So if I want to show that all three of these equations are equivalent to each other, like I said, most of the time, slope-intercept form is a popular one. So it can sometimes be annoying to take this and turn it into point slope form. So what we usually do is just kind of say, okay, let's do that with point slope. So I can get rid of the parentheses here since there's nothing to distribute here. And here I would just say 7 times x, 7 times 3, that's the 21. Now I want to get y alone. So what I would do is add 26 to both sides. And I get y equals 7x plus 5. So it shows these two are equivalent. Same idea here. I want to get the y alone, so I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. Since these are not like terms, I would just rewrite them. So negative 7x minus 5. And since I have a negative left, or a minus left, as soon as that 7x is gone, it's a negative y. So I would divide everything by negative 1, and I get y equals 7x plus 5. So if I do this, even though they all look a little different at the beginning, at the end they all have the same 7x plus 5. If I graph this one, 3x plus 2y equals 30. Again, I could graph this like I said before, which say the opposite of 3 divided by 2, which would be the slope. I could sit there and say 30 divided by 2 would be my y-intercept. Or I can get it in the slope-intercept form by minus 3x. 2y equals negative 3x plus 30. Divide everything by 2. And so then all of a sudden, that's my slope. That's my y-intercept. So I always do my y-intercept first. I can't use slope without a point. I can't use slope without a point. So I'm going to put b first. And then from there, I'm going to go down 3 over 2. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then over 2. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 over 2 again. And then from there, I can see my line being formed. And there's my line. Some word problems. A basketball player came into the year with 4,000 points. I look at that right away and I go, well, I can't have negative 4,000 points. So I can automatically erase this one and I can automatically erase this one. These can't be my answer because I'm not down 4,000 points in this problem. The player scored 8 points per quarter. I can automatically get rid of negative and negative because I can't go down 8 points per quarter. I can't lose 8 points per quarter. That's not how basketball works. But you're like, I don't know basketball, but it says this. The player scored 8 points per quarter, so that's going up. So which of the following equations represents the amount of points y after x quarters? So we're going to have 4,000 points, and we're going to add 8 for every single one. That's why the answer here is going to be D. So there's our answer there. All right. An ice cube has a height of 37 millimeters. You're like, how big is that? Doesn't matter. Each hour, the height of the ice cube decreases 1.5 millimeters. How big is that? Doesn't matter. Which of the following equation represents the height of the ice cube y after x hours? All right. So our big thing here is a height of 37. So I look and I say, it can't be negative. I can't have a negative height. All right. At the beginning. So I have that part that's at the beginning. It's there. but it decreases 1.5 millimeters. And you go, but you just said that can't be negative height. I said it's not. It's declining. So it's decreasing. So I know I'm having a decreasing or a decreasing. And so here my answer is going to be A, where I have a height of 37 that's decreasing 1.5 because it's melting. And that's going to be my answer there. All right, so see how that goes? Give it a try.